Dude, and welcome back to Hanging Out with the Dudes. I'm your host, PC, and we've got another great show for you today. We finally have some good football going on down to the wire on some of this week's events. We've got college basketball right around the corner. Mine and K-Stelt's favorite time of the year. But as always, before we get into that, let's go around and check out the dudes. The main man from way out west, P4. How are we doing today?
Jets, Jets. Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Dudes of Sports podcast, hosted by PC, co-hosted by P4, and joined sometimes by K-Stelt.
10-day contract.
And the Jets are all the way back, baby. I never said anything bad about the Jets. No, I mean, the team is a joke, man. It's a fucking mess. I'm glad I got a couple good days. Like, I didn't have to stress this morning. I actually went out to breakfast with my parents. Got to see them, 10 o'clock. Didn't have to really worry about the games. Got smoked in fantasy, so that was kind of already out of the question beforehand. No, that wasn't an opportunity for you to boast. That was just a little self-deprecating. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Football, the coaching is, I don't know, I may be off to a record. It's that bad. I have to look up what the scores have been. I've been outscored probably 250 to nothing in my coaching career.
Great statistical value right there. Somebody's got to be at the bottom. Somebody has to be at the bottom.
Yeah, somebody has to.
might as well be the Vashon Island Pirates.
Oh, jeez. But we're working. Yep, hello, folks, and got a good episode for you.
K-Stelt, how we doing?
Everything's good. Basketball season's up and running for the lower level colleges, JUCO and NAI groups like that. It's pretty fun, exciting. Other than that, football is, getting around the corner. Didn't have to watch KU play football today, or I guess yesterday, so that was good. Very exciting. I'm just excited for basketball. Baseball's done. We can forget about it. Our suffering is over.
Why'd you have to bring that back up?
Yeah,
unless it's Juan Soto going to the Mets.
We'll have a special
which you probably could.
announcement podcast.
Which you probably could.
If Juan Soto goes to the Mets, it'll just be
my God.
P4 rambling
Just
for
be
40 minutes.
Off in front of the camera. And then Kyle's happy that he can
say
get
that.
Then Kyle's gonna get some fucking minor
You can.
leaguer. The Royals are gonna get some minor leaguer with that money that we go over the luxury tax by signing Soto. That's gonna make them win 82 games instead of 70, and Kyle's gonna be happy about it.
Hey, we did pretty well last year. How can we really complain about making the playoffs and making a semifinal after losing 100 games in the last
Didn't win the last game of the season. You didn't win the last game of the season.
You're
There's
right.
always something to
You're
complain
right.
about.
You're 100% right. We ran into the shitty Yankees. They just suck. But
Fucking shitty Dodgers, dude.
gosh dang Dodgers. Hey, guess when you pay for all the best players in
Were
the
the
league.
Mets the second best team in baseball, Kyle? At the end of the season. What was
I
your
still
power
pick the
ranking?
Yankees over the Mets.
What was your power ranking? Go through it.
We'll go over that.
Can we? We don't have MLB on the fucking docket. We could use it as your intro.
Just do it to the intro.
That's Kyle's intro. Fucking
okay.
baseball wrap up. Go ahead.
Do we have anything to talk about before NFL? I guess.
No,
I guess
we'll
we
go to
talked
football.
about.
Jesus, just go through your fucking power ranking. End of season power ranking.
I'm going, bro. Let me get it.
Just gotta go look up
Still writing a lot.
CBS Sports.
Doing
Yeah.
a ton. No.
Dave Roberts when Ice Cube asked him.
David Ortiz has the Red Sox as the number one team from last year.
Ortiz was fucking on the Mets, man. That was nice. And A-Rod.
So here's what I got for the power rankings.
Oh.
Let's zoom it in a little bit. Zooming in the 150. So I got the great teams. They cheated. The Yankees and the Dodgers.
Well,
I got
okay, but
exceeded
expectations doesn't necessarily mean. Well, I guess so.
These aren't
But
power
where would
rankings,
you
too.
rank
These are
those?
just
Yeah, but
columns.
where would you rank those teams within that?
I would probably go.
End of season.
Mets.
Let's say
yeah,
everyone,
I guess.
if they played round robin version, who would be like the best teams? Who would end up like if everyone had to play everyone in like a fucking tournament that funneled down
Which they
to
did.
like. Well, no, not like a bracketed tournament, like a round robin tournament where everyone would have to play everyone. Who would end up being the best teams?
I would probably say either, like in a playoff setting, probably the Dodgers.
I think Dodgers were obviously
Cleveland,
number
Mets. Cleveland, Dodgers, Mets, Guardians.
one. You put Cleveland over the Dodgers?
No.
Did I not say the Dodgers? I said Dodgers, Cleveland,
Said
Mets,
Cleveland?
Yankees.
So
And like,
Dodgers.
oh, you want me to rank them?
Yes, please. Jesus, do you not understand the fucking question?
Oh.
Numbers 1 through
Well,
fucking
then-
4 or 6.
Let's just do this. Get out of here. Oh, sorry.
Why does it say
Sorry.
fuck you?
Okay, so here's what I got. I have Dodgers, and then I have Yankees, then I have Mets, then I have Cleveland, and then I have Padres, then I have Royals because I'm biased.
Okay, if the Mets beat the
I'm not
Dodgers
biased.
in the NLCS, how long would that series be against the Yankees? Yankees beat the Mets in 6, 5, 7?
Probably 6.
Really? God. Our main baseball correspondent doesn't even know baseball.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Like, you guys exceeded expectations. Like,
I know, that's what I'm saying. They were so hot. That was the team of New York, dude.
exactly. But the Dodgers had $1 billion
City
to
Field
pay.
would have been rocking, man. City Field. If you just the energy in the stadium alone would have been worth 2.5 runs per game. And if you think that City Field would have been more fucking gray and blue, then the Bronx would be.
It wouldn't. I
fucking
don't
blue
think
and
that.
orange.
I don't think that. I don't think that. But I also
But that's
think
what you have
that
to put into
you guys
consideration when you're fucking going through a playoff series.
would you rather have Juan Soto or would you rather have Polar Bear?
I don't think those two are mutually exclusive when you have the richest owner in baseball.
You're going to be paying so much money in luxury tax. Okay, but let me
Don't
go
care.
off.
I'm not. Whoa,
Let-
whoa! I'm not. I might buy an extra fucking hoodie or something, but I'm not fucking paying any extra money in the luxury tax.
His 20th Mets jersey.
Jeez.
So-
Well, let's just go over the final rankings. I have the
I don't
Dodgers
think Uncle
at
Steve has an
number 1.
issue with that. You're saying that like we would care, which we probably would.
Yankees.
Like we wouldn't get a fucking extra thing on our car if it would fucking put us in luxury tax. Uncle Steve has billions and billions of fucking dollars. I don't think.
Yeah, but
gives a
you can only pay so much of your owner's actual net worth of money to players. Like there's rules to that. The Yankees have a
No,
lot of
there's
money
barely.
because they have.
No, there's not. What
Yes,
the
there
fuck?
is. I literally.
Barely
Yes, there
no,
is.
there's not.
That's
No, there's not. You're so bullshit. Because there's fucking
What are you
like
talking about?
ownership groups. And what about what do you mean net worth? Why the fuck would the MLB have access to your net
You
worth? and
can't.
why would
Yeah,
that
you
matter?
can't.
What?
you
We go
can't
off the
play-
fucking
like, you
Forbes
can't-
list.
You can't have a certain percentage of your owner's actual money to pay players. Like there's a certain amount.
Well, you have to put a certain amount in escrow, but as long as you can put that money up.
Yes.
Yes, I know.
mean, there's
that,
a
like,
very
the money, the number that
very
they say Steve has.
Yes,
isn't
no,
the
yeah,
actual
because
number
here's
that
the
he's
thing.
going to use on baseball.
The-
but that's
the
not because
Mets
of a
right-
rule.
I know, but the Mets right now, they're your market right now, like what you get, is probably around league average for like what your profit is during a season, right? But you guys pay a lot of money, which means your owner does pay money into that, right? The reason the Dodgers are so rich is because they have an insane market and they have a ton of profit from their baseball team, and their owners are rich. That's why they can pay $1 billion to players and not care and just skim the rules.
I think
See, what
Steve
you-
can do the same thing.
What Steve is going to try to do is he's going to try to do a little shortcut like the Dodgers did, and then the MLB is going to come after them because you guys aren't a big market.
Yeah.
They don't care about you. You're the Mets, but they don't care about
They're trying to be that. So if you're not going to let the teams be that, then you're quite literally trying to make it.
They don't care, but they don't care. They don't care about your market. Your market's at the middle
I
ground.
know they keep on
You have the
adding
same-
these rules after the Mets do it, but I'm trying to say that Steve is going to at least attempt to do it. And the other
No,
thing
I
the
know
MLB
that.
can't do, let's say that the Mets do this fucking bullshit offset contract. We'll pay Juan Soto a fucking $1 billion over
which
the
he
next
won't want.
100
Which he
years.
won't want. Which he will
I
not
think
want.
he's just gonna follow the money, dude. He's just gonna follow the check.
Yes,
Whoever gives him the
you
most
should.
money.
Juan Soto, that's
Yes.
all he
So if
does
they
is
give
follow
him
the
a
trend.
billion over the next 100 years, but you're gonna get paid 20 this year and then 2.2 for the next 99 or whatever the fuck happens, then the MLB can make a rule or something that says you can't do this bullshit anymore. But they're not gonna say Juan Soto can't be on the Mets. Like he's still gonna be on the Mets.
No. Yeah.
So if he puts up
But
the
it's
fucking
always-
dough, then he's gonna be on the Mets and we're gonna be a goddamn good fucking baseball team.
Anyone's going to be a good baseball team with Juan Soto. If the Yankees lose Juan Soto, I'll be very happy.
I cannot believe. Is Brandon Woodruff really this good? Why does everyone think that this guy deserves fucking $30 million? They're saying that the Mets, they can either get Juan Soto or Brandon Woodruff. And I go, this motherfucker's
No.
like 33.
Don't get
It's
Brandon.
like an okay starter.
Anyways, other than the Mets, trying to go for Juan, I have Cleveland at 4. Good job, bullpen. Class A. Stupid. I had the Padres at 5, just because of their... Okay, I had Royals at 6. Don't believe that's biased. I had Phillies at 7, just because of their regular season merchants. I had Detroit. Good comeback. I had Houston at 9. I had Brewers at 10. I had Baltimore at 11. Atlanta 12. Arizona 13. They're just right outside of that. Seattle at 14. Cardinals at 15. Tampa Bay 16. Where are they going to play next season? We don't know. Twins at 17. Boston at 18. Cubs at 19. Rangers 20. San Fran 21. Blue Jays 22. Reds 23. 24 Pirates. 25 Athletics. Nationals 26. Angels 27. Marlins 28. Rockies 29. Screw them. And then the best team ever.
White Sox.
So congratulations. Congratulations.
What an MLB rundown. Hopefully the Mets can get Juan Soto so we can keep the main man from way out west happy.
Bobby
That's
Witt
always
Jr.
best.
Gold Glove today. Bobby Witt Jr. Gold Glove today.
King Bop. All right, let's move on to the gridiron and some college football. So we had some pretty good matchups this week. The main highlights were as follow. The big game of the week was obviously Ohio State and Will Howard going to Penn State. Ohio State ends up getting this win. On Will Howard, even though he's still not very good, played pretty decent for them. Trying to find these stats real quick. Here it is. He ended up with 182 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, they played good. There was a really interesting call about like the third quarter where Penn State got a key 4th down and the guy stepped over him and got a 15-yard penalty for it, giving Ohio State a 1st down. That ended up leading to a touchdown, and actually I think that was one of the last scoring possessions of the game. Good on Ohio State, going 7-1. Penn State, man, losing to Ohio State again is pretty pathetic. Next one is South Carolina dismantling the Texas A&M Aggies. The Aggies were on a hot streak. Maybe people thought, hey, they might actually come through because the SEC is so wide open. To maybe come through and win. Did not do that. South Carolina beat them 44-20. Sellers for the South Carolina had 2 touchdowns. Who is it? Mari Daniels had 1 touchdown for Texas A&M, but Raheem Sanders had 2 touchdowns. There's a big rushing total. Lots of running. Okay, lots of good offense. South Carolina, big win for you guys. And Texas A&M, that second loss is, I mean, if you're trying to make the college football playoff, you can't lose again. Like, that's the 2 is going to be kind of the max in the SEC. Number 3, how about EMA, or also known as EWA? Every Wildcat of Wussy ends up losing to Houston, probably the worst team in the big goddamn 12. Good on Avery Johnson for being okay. I'm just going to keep hating on K-State just because I'm a KU guy. But hey, everybody likes seeing them lose. Also, another huge loss was Iowa State to Texas Tech. The Cyclones lose their undefeated streak. Looking like BYU is now the front runner for the Big 12, the auto qualifying bid for the college football playoff. So that'll be interesting down the wire. And then a huge game for Jackson Dart. Ended up having 6 total touchdowns against Arkansas. Away too. They ended up with 63 points in that game. Just an unbelievable game for Jackson. They are another SEC team that, they need to win out if they're going to make the college football playoff. Probably looking on the outside, but you never know. So, but I'll go over our picks from last week. So the dudes had a terrible week for our pickings. It was not a good picking week. Good. It was myself. I went 1-3. I ended up picking SMU to win, but then losing on Arkansas, Texas A&M, and Penn State. Kyle Stelzing also went 1-3. He ended up picking Pittsburgh, who lost. He was the one that picked Ole Miss, and then picked A&M and Penn State, and then main man for way out west, P4, big old stinker, 0-4. Getting the boys back in the competition, we greatly appreciate over there. You felt bad for us, right? You really feel bad for us or something? So you're trying to? You're right. It's still not that close, but maybe you'll have another 0-4 week where things get really, really interesting. But so we have overall records of I am at 4, or P4 is winning right now at 17-16. I am at 14-22, and Kyle is 13 out of 23 or 13-23. Here are our new picks for the week. It is. First things first, let's see if the main man way out west is going to pick our boys, the Kansas Jayhawks. Iowa State comes to Kansas off a bye week. The line is only Iowa State, -3 Iowa State. Main man for way out west, before our biased opinions gets in here, who do you think is going to win this game? Iowa State's ranked 17th in the land. They're 7-1 on the year. However, they are coming to Kansas. Even though they're 2-6, they played pretty well last week, and they had a bye week. So, what are your thoughts? Think Iowa State's going to cover the 3 points?
Well, they're not coming to Kansas. They're coming to Missouri. The
Correct.
game's at a GEHA field at Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking at this game, and I noticed this gentleman by the name of Carson Hansen. Who's got 81 144 yards, averaging 5.5 a clip, 7 TDs, a 57-yard run, 5 catches, 30 yards, long at 10. This boy's white and he can run the football. We got ourselves a little McCaffrey, and he blonde too, blue eyes. This boy looks like the kicker. And he can run the football. So I think I was going to cover because KU absolutely sucks.
Yeah.
They're garbage. I'm looking at their last 5.
Yeah, they've lost
Iowa
a lot of
State
games.
lost last week. Texas Tech, 1 point. Beat UCF, beat West Virginia, beat Baylor. Whooped Houston 20-0. KU let Houston put up 14 points. And
still won.
That was their last win in their last 5 games. So this defense is absolutely horrible. I'm picking fucking
team.
white boy to have. You know what? He's gonna be the next Carson Steele. He's gonna be playing and he's gonna keep on the red and yellow. He's gonna be drafted in the fucking 4th round next year, 5th round by the fucking Kansas City Chiefs, and this is gonna be his first game at Arrowhead. His welcome to Arrowhead. This white boy. So Cyclones by fucking 50 or whatever the line is.
K-Stel, are you picking the boys or are you going against them?
I get we like white boys. Kansas has this guy, 758 yards, 5.8 average, 54 long, 8 touchdowns, not a lot of tutties. His name is Devin Neal. That guy's a beast. He's going to take care of the Iowa State run defense, shove it down their throat. To be honest, my mind knows that Kansas will lose, but my heart will not pick them to lose. I know Jalen Daniels has 9 interceptions to 11 touchdowns. 9-11, never forget. But I'm going to pick the Jayhawks. I'm going to pick points. I think the Jayhawks are going to spoil the Iowa State Cyclone season, not Iowa, sorry. spoil their season, spoil their chance. But at the end of the day, I kind of want Iowa State. I don't like Iowa State. I just don't want K-State to go to the Big 12 championship. Let's go Kansas.
Going Kansas on the
Go Kansas.
Go Kansas in the game
Just
in
'cause you
Missouri.
say that doesn't mean that they're gonna win.
Well, you know,
I mean,
I think maybe our offensive coordinator will get his head out of his ass. Maybe our defense learns how to play. Maybe we start running the ball to the all-time rusher in Kansas history. If we do those simple things, we'll be okay. We got a shot. I think they keep us in the game every time. It's just, can we get that last stop or not? And
Can we finish the fourth quarter?
can we finish the game?
Can
And, you know,
we finish
I
the
think
fourth
the
quarter?
first half of the season for Kansas was totally that, like, bummer, awful, this sucks. This second half is going to really push the momentum into the next year. I know they're getting rid of Jaden, but then they're getting Isaiah Marshall to come in here. We got a new group
They're
of
getting
guys.
rid of a lot of kids.
I know, a lot of guys
Except for
leaving.
Bryce Foster. Bryce Foster is the highest graded center in the college football.
Highshaw will still
universe.
be there. I mean, we'll have a good team. I think that they're going to play spoiler for the rest of the year. I'm going to take Kansas as well with the points. I think it's going to be a lot closer than everyone thinks. Who knows? But my next one for you is probably another simpler one. This one is number 9 undefeated BYU going to their in-state rival at Utah, who's 5-4 this year. The line is BYU -5. K-Stout, what you think?
Oh man, you know what? I had today my dad's friend came, visited for the first time in 31 years. First time in 31 years, his best friend just saw him. 31 years, and he went to BYU, and I don't know if he likes BYU that much. So I think my gut, and I think the way the stars have aligned, I think I'm gonna go Utah. I'm gonna go Utah points. BYU, see you later, Mormon scum.
Yeah, Utah was supposed to be really
You're
good
a
this year.
cult.
This is my preseason Big 12 team to be able to win the Big 12, and they played okay, but they haven't been amazing. P4, are you jumping on the Utah wagon, or are you going with the undefeated boys?
Now you know who's probably going to start for Utah?
Who?
Not Cam Rising.
Isaac Wilson. Who is the brother of the Mormon Mahome, Zach Wilson. But if you're looking at BYU, I mean, they've whooped up. I mean, Utah's last win was against Oklahoma State.
And they're not any good.
BYU just beat Oklahoma State. Arizona 23-10. They beat Arizona 41-19 just off of common opponents. I mean, they're gonna whoop their fucking ass. And Isaac Wilson has an 8-8 touchdown interception ratio. Yeah, I mean BYU's gonna spank them, dude. 5 points, it's not enough.
Yeah, I also have that BTA for BYU on Utah. That's just gonna be a blowout. I think BYU is gonna win the Big 12 and get that auto bid. They're just really, really good. So I'm also going to take BYU in the points. Our next two are probably the best two college football matchups of the week. We have number 2 Georgia going to number 16 Ole Miss. Georgia is -2.5 point favorites. Main man from way out west. Are you taking the Bulldogs, who have only lost 4 times in the last 3 years, or are you thinking Ole Miss and Jackson Dart, after a 6 TD game, will take Ole Miss farther?
Now, something that you didn't mention in those 4 losses in the last 3 years, they have only been to Alabama.
Yeah.
But Carson Beck is so shitty, and Jackson Dart looks so good.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne, Parrish. Georgia's going to find a way to make it happen. -2.5. Home team getting points. Ole Miss. SEC matchup. They already lost to LSU in overtime. Lost to UK. Just beat Arkansas 63 points. Yeah, I'm going to go with Georgia. -2.5. No.
What
Yeah,
a
Georgia
win.
minus
What the
2.5.
flag? See ya.
Kyle, you riding the Bulldogs, or are you going with
I
the
think
Rebels?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I
Are you
don't
gonna
know
be
if
a
I trust
rebel?
Lane Kiffin. I don't know if I trust Kiffin.
Now, if Lane wins this one, that'll be something.
Yeah. 100%.
I don't know. I'm reading some information here.
What
I'm
the
gonna go.
fucking?
I think
The Dudes and Sports podcast, the articles.
I'm gonna go to the. I think I'm gonna go Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
I know.
The
They don't got a
Bulldogs.
great quarterback, but they got a dog in their heart. I don't know.
Their defense,
I just don't trust
Their
Oxford.
defense is very, very
That's
good.
what information you were reading.
Yeah, they got dogs in his heart.
Well,
Dogs
go
in his
over to
heart,
the fucking
man.
zoo.
Got dogs in his heart. He knows this facts.
No, but I do I'm just looking at something right here. Like K-State fans are going to be KU fans for the next 3 weeks, and it just is going to irritate me.
What does that have to do with this fucking game?
It
I'm
doesn't
gonna be a
actually have to
rebel.
do with.
I'm gonna be a rebel. I'm picking Ole Miss. I think Jackson Dart is going to continue to show why he's that good.
I hope you win this one.
I really, really, I have a lot of faith in Jackson. I know they've lost to Kentucky, which was a really bad game for him, but it's at the SIP. That place will be rocking. Georgia being in town.
Oh, Oxford! I'm Oxford.
So I'm gonna
Ain't
take
nothing
Ole
to
Miss.
Athens, bro.
Then the final game of our pick'em is number 11 Alabama Crimson Tide going down to the Bayou and playing number 14 LSU. Alabama is 2.5-point favorites. K-Stel, do you think Jalen Milroe and the 17-year-old Ryan Williams is going to be able to handle the Tigers in the Tiger Den?
No. I don't. This team is not even close to what a Nick Saban team is. They got good players. That Williams kid is a stud, and he's
fun to watch.
not even gonna be able to drink alcohol until he plays his first season in the NFL. So, yeah, I mean, I like what the Tigers have been showing out. You know, they're good, and they got a great home base. You know, I don't know if they'll make it to the playoffs. I mean, if they want to make it to the playoffs, they got to win this game. Got to win it, and I think their shot to the playoffs is a little bit higher right now than Alabama, just because I think Alabama just has a really tough season ahead of them. And it depends on what the SEC tournament or championship game is going to look like. So I'm going to put the Tigers up ahead. So that's for you, Nick Howard.
Shout out Nick Howard. I heard he was dipping his feet in the sand down in the Bahamas. I think that's where I heard he was last. I don't know. But main man for Way Out West, are you following the 10-day contract man's knowledge, or are you going to make your own path?
Well, I'm looking right here that Kyle says that he's going with the Tigers, but Paul Feinbaum, ESPN's number one college football analyst, says why he's ready to bring Bama back from the dead. I do agree that Kalen DeBoer is not Nick Saban. Maybe they don't come as well prepared for an SEC game, but LSU has lost at home so far this year. They did just come off their second loss, a tough one at A&M. But Bama just beat Mizzou 34-0, so it could be a trap game for them.
When did
well.
LSU lose at home?
They lost USC opening day?
Yeah.
Opening game.
That was in Las Vegas, brother.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Neutral site.
Neutral
Which
site?
honestly,
Okay, they
I
haven't
mean,
lost it at home yet. Okay, fair enough. And they're getting points. I'll go LSU.
there we go. There we go.
You know what?
Good
I'm
info.
gonna hop on the same train because I think, yeah, I agree. I don't think Alabama's gonna come prepared. I think they're gonna stomp on
Number
them.
11, Alabama. Get out of here, bro. That's so weird,
We're
dude.
tired of Alabama. Y'all can go play
I'm
a
tired of
stupid
them,
bowl
bro.
game, bro. So I don't have to see your stupid
got-
logo. LSU
Bro, is
Tigers
tennis-
by 90.
Is Tennessee really going to be number 2 in the SEC, or is it going to be Texas?
It just depends on win.
LSU's got to win. They got to win, bro.
The number
This
2
is
is
how-
probably going to end up being Texas, I would think.
How many
Texas.
How many teams are going to be in the college football playoff for the SEC? Like right now,
4.
what do you think? 4? Who are they?
Auto bid.
Like who are top 2? Auto bid. Who are the top 2? Because they'll be in the they'll.
It's going to be either Georgia or Texas, but both of them make in. I think Georgia. Well, I have them losing, so I'm going to
Tennessee?
take Texas.
What about
I'm gonna
Tennessee?
Take Texas is 1.
Tennessee.
Then I got Georgia at 2.
Wish that I was
have
on old Rocky
Tennessee
Top
at
down
3.
in the Tennessee hills.
Tennessee at 3.
What
and
the-
then...
What about Vanderbilt? What about Vanderbilt?
They're
They
not
look
going to
good.
squeeze in there.
6 and
There's
3.
Not enough. Nope, they don't have enough.
You know they could just beat everyone else. They could
They
just
don't
beat
have
everyone up.
enough. They don't have enough.
Yeah, they do. They got that Nashville in them. They got that
They don't
Nashville.
have enough. Dang it. Texas A&M just came off that loss. What
Vandy's kind of tight, dude.
I like them, bro.
I'm going to take Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is going to win, and I think they're going to be
They
the
just
4th team.
whooped Auburn, man.
Auburn sucks this year. They're really
They
bad.
stink. Are they
Like-
bottom? Mississippi. No,
Yeah.
Mississippi State.
Mississippi
State has the same record as Kansas. Let's just make sure everyone knows that.
We're a
They're
football
SEC school, bro.
All right, you guys want to move on to some NFL?
NFL.
Yeah,
or
what happened?
Basketball.
Basketball after football. Why would we
Oh,
do
gotcha.
football, basketball, football?
Makes sense.
So do NFL now. Hey, you want to talk about your Jets on Thursday Night Football? They're back, baby. They're back.
No, they're not. Malachi Corley, unfortunate for him, man. That was his first NFL touch. He was the Jets' number 2 run blocker, according to Pro Football Focus. 2 weeks ago, his first active game in the NFL, he played 9 snaps, ran 1 route, had 8 block attempts. Did pretty good on those 8 block attempts, I guess. Good enough that he was the number 2 ranked run blocker on the Jets, according to Pro Football Focus. But on that, what was it, second quarter run, little jet sweep action, he fumbled the ball before he got in. Unfortunate for him. But the Jets did come back in the second half. I don't know. Something about the Jets is getting to C.J. Stroud. C.J. is now 0 for 2 against the Jets, under 50% passing, hasn't thrown a touchdown, multiple interceptions. Didn't look good last time, and there was no Saleh. It was Ulbrich. So we'll see what happens with him, because that one's interesting. Let's talk about the Jets. Let me look at these stats. All right. So
Let's talk
Aaron
about
Rodgers-
buttered sausage. Let's talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it here? Let's talk about Garrett Wilson. Let's talk about how his catch was better than... Let's talk about his catch was better than Odell Beckham, according to P4. Better than Odell
Oh,
Beckham.
Gary Busey. Yep, he's funny.
Gary Busey.
Can we watch?
Do you
some
ever
Gary Busey
want to play in
matchup?
any other movies?
I just want to talk. Let's talk about butter sauce. Oh shit. Joe Mixon. Garrett Wilson had a good little hook route on a play action pass where he caught that, ran that into the end zone. That was pretty good. Brought 7-7. Kyrie Fairbairn. Oh fucking what's his name? Oh shit. Riley Patterson. Jets are undefeated with Riley Patterson as our kicker because fucking Greg the Legs Erline sucks. But
Greg
Garrett Wilson,
Olsen. Greg Olsen.
he had 9 catches for 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Devontae Adams had 7 catches for 91 yards, 1 touchdown. Tank Dell kind of tore it up. 5 catches, 126 yards. I think we're going to re-sign DJ Reed. Hassan Reddick looked good. Will McDonald might be, because everyone was saying he was a bust last year and he didn't play a lot last year, but that's because we have Bryce Huff and JFM. Now he had to play, and he's fucking insane. He's now leads, or is one of the leaders in the NFL in sacks. The Jets are 3-6. Only 183 points allowed. Let's see their upcoming schedule. So they got the Cardinals next week, and we'll talk about the Cardinals. Then they play the
Just
Colts.
such a
That's probably
garbage
Joe
quarterback.
Flacco. Who?
Joe Flacco. He's such a garbage quarterback.
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, he's not doing too hot right now. Sam Darnold might be the best in the NFL. But so Cardinals, then the Colts, then the Seahawks. Well, then the bye, then the Seahawks. So that's possibly 3 wins, 2-1 out of that. Go to the Dolphins, 4-1. Go to the Jags, 5-1. At the versus the Rams. Maybe that's a tough one, 5-2. So now we're at 8 losses. Then you got the Bills and the Dolphins again. So I mean, it's doable.
Yeah.
There's something.
That was
there.
a big win. You had to win that one.
Yeah, it's not like they have. I mean, if you look back at their schedule, they did. The hard part of their season's over. They don't play a team better than the 49ers. They don't play a team better than the Vikings. I mean, other than the Bills, they don't really play a team better than the Bills, the Vikings, the 49ers, the Steelers. Are the Rams better than the Steelers?
With
Are the
Puka,
Cardinals
I
better?
think so.
Are the Cardinals better than the Steelers?
I don't know if you can put him quite up there yet.
I don't know if I can. No, not with Tomlin. I don't think so.
Okay, do you think the Jets beat the Cardinals next week?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so then the next hardest game for the Jets is, I mean, they probably lose 8 games and they go 9-8, or they go 10-7, but it's going to be between the Bills and the Rams.
Yeah.
Those are their next 2 hardest games because they play the Dolphins twice, which could be hard, lose one of those. But Colts, Seahawks, Jags, all those teams suck.
Yeah.
That's you would hope 3 wins, but who the fuck knows anymore? God damn, this team's so shitty. Fuck. All right, but they did win. That's it for the Jets. Goodbye, folks.
The Jets did win. Good for them. The games today. We have the Cowboys. Hey, Dak. How's the contract extension that you really wanted? How's that working out for you right now? Because you're now 3-5, buddy. Like, I think you need to figure something out. You know, McCartney was slamming the tablet on the ground trying to show the defense film. Like, the video was pretty funny. You know, Kirk Cousins ended up with 222 yards and 3 touchdowns. So pretty good for him. Good day for him. Yeah, the Cowboys just suck. Thank goodness. The Bills squeaked one out against the Dolphins, who find themselves 2-6 as well. This is why he's on a 10-day contract. They won 30-27. Josh Allen, 235 yards and 3 touchdowns. Devon Achane for the Dolphins had 63 yards and a touchdown. Tyreek had 90 yards. It was a good game. It was close. Tyler Moss made a 61-yarder for the game-winning field goal. Shout out him. Sorry, yeah, Bass, my bad. But they're 7-2 at the top of the AFC East. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Joey Bird had a really good game, but he was playing the Raiders. He had 251 yards and 5 touchdowns. So yeah, good on the Bengals. They're 4-5. They need to beat relevant teams to be actually any good. The Chargers and Justin Herbert picked up the win against the Browns, 27-10.
Quentin Johnson. God damn it, man. He's actually kind of good.
He playing well. Yep, he had 4 receptions, 118 yards, and a touchdown. Herbert had
30 yards a catch.
Yeah, 282 and 2 touchdowns for Herbert. J.K. Dobbins had 85 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground today. All around, great game for the Chargers. The Browns, we knew you were going to be bad without massage parlor Watson, and now Jameis is still okay, but, I mean, it's going to be real rough for you guys again. Want to talk about it being really rough? Talk about the Patriots and how the Titans almost lost that game with Drake May making one hell of a play. But they ended up squeaking out a win, 20-17. Mason Rudolph ended up with 2 touchdowns. Tony Pollard, 128 yards. You know, I guess good win for Titans. You needed it, but it's against the Patriots. They're trash. The Rookie of the Year keeps putting up big numbers. 209, 2 touchdowns and a win over the Giants today, 27-22. You know, the Commanders are one of those teams that are just, you know, I'm kind of rooting for it just because they've been bad for so long. Seeing them actually be good this year has actually been really relief, and especially it's in the same division as the Cowboys, and the Cowboys,
No way!
it's the best.
In the Sunday night game, Joe Flacco just fake spiked to throw it to Alec Pierce, and it just went right off his hands.
Oh, jeez.
I just saw that.
The biggest downfall of all the year. You thought it might be the Jets. You might think it was the Patriots, maybe even the Titans. No, it's the New Orleans Saints. Started off the year at 2-0.
No.
2-0. They're 2-7. They just lost to the Carolina Panthers today. My goodness.
Not a good team.
Losing
Is
to the
Derek Carr playing?
Panthers. Yes, he played
Derek Carr
today.
playing?
Yeah, he played today.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't really
Yeah, he
watch
played
that.
today. Olave got hurt though. He didn't play. He left the game in like the second. But the Panthers ended up getting a win. The Saints suck again.
Quack,
Go
quack,
figure.
quack.
The Ravens piled it on to the Broncos today, 41-10. Lamar had 3 tutties. Derrick
Hold
Henry.
it. See that white boy too fast. You gotta hold him, slow him down.
Derrick Henry had 106 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Zay Flowers also had 2 touchdowns. So obviously, the Ravens just
Stephon Gilmore plays in Minnesota.
yeah. The Broncos, Bo didn't play bad, but you had to play the Ravens, so it is what it is. The Eagles, man, almost talk about a meltdown. They were up 23-0. The Jacksonville Jaguars crawled back into the game, and it needed to be a Nakobe Dean interception to seal the game for the Eagles, who ended up winning 28-23. White boy pick 2, Dion. Got a pick 2 today. So shout out all the white boys out there. But good win for the Eagles. The Jaguars, who knows what's going on with your team? I think there's probably going to be a coaching change at the end of the year. You got to figure something out there. You just
Kyle
pay.
is sending me political memes right now.
I bet he is. The Cardinals.
That one was funny.
The Cardinals end up winning today 29-9, not due to offense. Their defense actually played out of their minds.
Onside kick
and a
attempt.
fumble and an interception. They played really, really well. They just destroyed the Bears. If you're a Bears fan,
Trayvon
you're not
Walker had
disappointed.
a cool. Oh, Kyle's gone again.
Kyle's gone again. Go figure. So good win for the Cardinals. They're keeping it
The
interesting.
Colts Jets game is Sunday Night Football.
Yep. Love that. Then the Lions continue to win as they beat the Packers in a really great game, honestly. The Lions were up huge, and the Packers scored 1, but, they kind of locked it down. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a crazy catch. Not as good as Garrett Wilson's, obviously, but still a really good catch. The Lions are probably the best team in the NFC, so they've kind of proven it now because after beating Minnesota and then now beating Green Bay, I think they've kind of established as the number 1 team out there in the NFC North. And the final game, it actually came down to the wire and went to overtime. The Seahawks ended up losing to the Rams 26-20. Geno had 363 yards and 3 touchdowns, but 2
Got me my points. Got me my points. Got me my points.
2 red zone turnovers for Geno. The Seahawks also had a blocked punt, which was pretty cool. Demarcus Robinson ended up making the game-winning catch for the Rams to win the game by a touchdown. Good game. Seahawks find themselves at 4-5. Rams 4-4. There's a lot of teams that you find right now that are in that 4-4, 4-5 spot. 3-5 if you're talking about the Jets. That they could make a potential to hit a hot streak here. So obviously Monday Night Football is the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Bucks. Should be a good game. Who knows what Baker Mayfield we're going to get. If we get good Baker Mayfield, then it might be a close game. If we get bad Baker, it might not. So, really interested to see what happens there. Kansas City continues to be really good. Go figure. But we can move on to our new segment in mine and K-Stel's favorite time of the year is finally approached. Tomorrow, college basketball starts. The season is going to start. It's going to be wild. We will have a college basketball corner article coming out every Monday on our website. If you want to check that out, I'm sure we'll be going over the top stories each Sunday too. At least me and K-Stel. We're P4 probably chip in with the Duke stuff, but other than that, he's just a bandwagon of them. So, but I thought it would be fun to go over our preseason 1 through 10, top 10 for the dudes. You made one, right, K-Stel?
I did.
And then P4, did you make one or no?
I could probably come
That's
up
a
with
no.
some shit.
You could come up with something if
Exactly.
you want. We can. We'll go down here. I've
It'd
got
still
mine
end up
written
better than your fucking shit list.
My list is actually pretty dynamite, I think, personally. But here's what
Oh,
I've got.
I like
This
my
is
list.
coming out tomorrow at the article.
Well,
at
that's all
noon.
you need to know, folks.
So I've got at number 10 the Texas A&M Aggies. Last year I had them picked to be really good, but they ended up not being very good. Wade Taylor being back, and they also have 5 of their starters back from last year. The team that made the tournament as a 10 seed didn't have as great of a run as they thought they were going to, but Wade Taylor is going to be that, the guy that's going to maybe be the SEC Player of the Year this year, unless it's going to be Mark Sears for Alabama, but definitely going to watch for Wade Taylor and Buzz Williams, Texas A&M Aggies. I got at number 10. At number 9, I've got Mark Few and the Gonzaga Bulldogs. I've got them because they're obviously going to be pretty good. Mark Few hasn't missed a final or a Sweet 16 in gosh knows how many years. They've got Graham Ike, who was a transfer from Wyoming the last season. He's coming back, and he'll be their guy. They're bringing back most of their scorers, and I just always trusted in Mark Few. They're still in the WCC for the last year. Then they're going to move. But I think they're going to have a really easy, conference schedule. Being in the WCC, the only team to compete is going to be St. Mary's. But I know Gonzaga has a bunch of good non-con games, but I still think it'll be enough to put them in the top 10. I got them at 9. Number 8, I've got TJ Otzelberger and the Iowa State Cyclones. They were 2 seed last year, and they've got their 2 main guys back in Taman Lipsey and Keyshawn Gilbert. They should be all Big 12 honors, maybe even national honors as well. They should be really good. Iowa State's known for their stingy defense, and Otzelberger is really good at that. So I think having those 2 guys in Lipsey and Gilbert with Otzelberger, I think they're going to do well. The Big 12 is going to be loaded this year. So I have them not being as good as some of the other ones, but I have Iowa State at number 8. At number 7, I've got North Carolina. This is pretty much going. I think R.J. Davis is going to be incredible, but I just have a few other teams up here that I like a little bit better than them. If North Carolina wants to be the best in the ACC this year, they need guys like Elliot Cadeau and Seth Trimble to make that jump. They were about to lose Elliot Cadeau to the transfer portal, and they convinced him to come back because RJ came back. That team should be really, really good. It should be the number 2 team in the ACC to me personally. But RJ's a proven veteran. They've been really good. They went to the national championship, 3 years ago with RJ. So who knows what they're going to be like. Davis has been an okay coach for the Tar Heels, but we'll have to wait and see on this team. I got them at number 7. At number 6, I've got Scott Drew and the Baylor Bears. I really love this team. I think Langston Love, Jaden Dunn, and Josh. I always butcher his last name. It's like Ijuwana or something. They were a 3 seed last year. They're bringing some great pieces back, and I really love the transfer Scott Drew got. Scott Drew got the main man for Way Out West, their old veteran from Duke, Jeremy Roach, who I think will be a really great facilitator for them. And also a guy to look out for is going to be Norchad Ormir. He was the guy on Miami when they made the Final Four 2 years ago. He was a key player. He'll be another key player for Scott Drew's Baylor Bears. And then do not forget about 5-star freshman VJ Edgecombe. He will be a talent to watch in the Big 12. Probably could be Big 12 Freshman Player of the Year, if not some national honors. There's another guy that's out there that's pretty good that plays for the main man for Way Out West team. I got Baylor at 6. Speaking of the team from the main man from Way Out West, I've got Duke at number 5. I think Cooper Flag is going to be incredible, and I think Colin Knoepel
Rage
be good.
bait.
I think it's going to be... No, I think it'll be really good. They're going to be leading the ACC. I think Caleb Foster and Tyrese Proctor are still going to be good.
Where'd you have UNC?
7.
Okay.
I had UNC 7. I got Duke at number 1 in the ACC. So I think they're going to be really good. You know, they have some good transfers coming in too. Malik Brown and Mason Gillis from Purdue. I'm actually really excited about. He played very well for the team that made the national championship last year as a three-point shooter. It's all going to depend on Cooper Flagg and these freshmen. Now, I think that they are going to be as good as everybody thinks they are. I really have faith in them. I think they could easily be a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. But we'll just have to, sometimes freshmen don't play as good, their first year. Think Kyle Filipowski. I don't think it's going to be that way with Cooper, but maybe the other freshmen they're really high on might not be as high. So I'm going to put them at number 5. At number 4, I've got the back-to-back NCAA champions in the UConn Huskies. They brought back Alex Caravan, who's their guy that they really needed to keep. And they've got guys like Hassan Diarra, Samson Johnson, and Solomon Ball, along with 5-star freshman Liam McNeely, who should be really, really good. But, how can you deny the back-to-back national champion and Dan Hurley and the Huskies? Not a top 4 spot. I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to be the best team in the Big East again. So I got them at 4. At number 3, I've got Houston and Kelvin Sampson. They did lose Jamal Shed, but they are keeping 8 out of their 10 top scorers. LJ Cryer will be the main guy. He's a transfer from Baylor from 2 years ago. He's been on Houston now for 3 years. Him and Emmanuel Sharp will be probably one of the best backcourt duos in the Big 12 this year, in contention with Baylor's and with KU's. But this should be really good. Milos Uzan should be really good. And then Houston's just really good on defense. They have a really great defensive-minded coach, and they're really tough to beat. So I have them at number 3. Then I've got my Kansas Jayhawks here at number 2. Hunter Dickinson's back. KJ's back. DeJuan's a great facilitator. I think Zeke Mayo is actually going to be the shooter we need. I'm really high on A.J. Storr from Wisconsin. And then Rylan Griffin from Alabama is going to be one of our X-Factor players. And don't forget about Flory Badunga. Coming off the bench as a freshman, should be really, really good. That team should be deep and loaded. But I got KU at number 2. And then finally, my number 1 overall team is going to be the Alabama Crimson Tide. I think they got back Mark Sears from a Final Four team, and Liam Nelson's still there. They picked up Aiden Holloway and Cliff Morey from Rutgers, who I'm extremely high on this year. I think he's going to be a breakout star for the Crimson Tide. Him and Liam Nelson are going to be a terrible duo together. It's going to be tough to beat. Then you got Aiden Holloway there too. It's just there's talent up all along that bench and on the starting lineup. So I've got Alabama. So just for a recap, I've got Alabama at 1, Kansas at 2, Houston at 3, UConn at 4, Duke at 5, Baylor at 6, North Carolina at 7, Iowa State at 8, Gonzaga at number 9, and Texas A&M number 10. Kyle, what do you got?
Yeah, so I'm not going to go over names right here. Probably for the one team that I have that you didn't have, but are kind of 10 through 7, I think. We're very actually spot on. Number 10, I got Arizona. I think Caleb Love is a fantastic. Yeah, I think they're fantastic. So my number 11 was Texas A&M. Just simply because I think Arizona, the way they play ball is just going to fit well into the Big 12. Their offense is... Huh?
Can PC say where you put the guy? Like after you say where your number 10 is, if PC ranked him, can PC say where he ranked that guy?
Yeah.
For more context.
Yeah. So he's got 10 Arizona. I've got Arizona at 11. They didn't make my top 10.
I had A&M at 11.
Yeah.
A&M's they were my honorable mention. Arizona's my number 10. Strictly just Caleb Love. Just a great basketball school. They're going to do well in the Big 12, or they may not. That's kind of why I put them at 10, because I think they have a shot to just kind of fizzle away, because maybe their style of basketball just won't be that good in the Big 12. Maybe the defense is just too good for them. Number 9, same as you, I got the Gonzaga Bulldogs. They just got good players coming in each time. I think they're going to get better players going into the Pac-12 next season. I think they're probably just going to be a team you need to put in. I think they're a safe top 10 team. I don't know if they're a safe top 10 team at the end of the season, in my personal opinion. Iowa State, I have at 8. They should be a top 5 team, but I know they won't be because, like every other Iowa State team I have, I know Lipsy's good. I know all those guys are just fantastic ball players. What do? They play very aggressive defense. In the Big 12, there's a new assigner. There's a new assigner for refs, John Higgins. right? John Higgins is a big guy on man-to-man defense, letting the players not letting the defensive players get an upper hand. That's not going to work out for Iowa State. Iowa State's going to get fouled out a lot. I think their shooting has to be extraordinarily well to be competitive in this Big 12. I think they start out the season well. I think once they get into Big 12 play, it's not going to work out for them. At number 7, I have UNC, like PC did. RJ Davis, I know they got guys. The questions I have for them is just, are they able to, kind of figure it out, with that coach? I know they kind of figured it out the first year Davis was there as the head coach. But other than that, they really haven't figured it out fully from that first season going to the championship game. I know RJ Davis is a great IQ basketball player, able to lead his team. I just don't know if they have the true talent to get them around. I don't know if they have the depth to get them past my number 6 team. And I think right now I'll say this. This number 6 team, they could either be the best team in the nation or they can just be another Duke team. Number 6 Duke Blue Devils. And before I know you're shaking your head, this is just the preseason. Right now, where I think they're at. I know Cooper Flagg is talented. He's one of the most talented athletes I've ever seen come into the college basketball, playing field. And I think he has the ability to be a player of the year as a freshman. I really think he can do that. But I don't want Duke to become another Kentucky where they just get a ton of great recruits and then just kind of fall into that, well, we're good as a recruit team, but are they going to be a good basketball team? Are they going to be a really good basketball team? I don't know yet. They're an I don't know team. So I'm putting them at a safe number 6.
I had Baylor at 6.
But I won't be surprised if they're a number 1 team when it comes to tournament time. Not one bit, because they have the absolute ceiling to get there. Houston I have at number 5. Cryer is still there. Their backcourt is still phenomenal. Their defense is still going to be good. They don't foul a lot. They play very tough defense. They rebound the ball well. Is their front court going to be as good as Baylor's or Kansas's, maybe even K-State? Are they going to compete with those teams? We don't know yet. It's going to be a really good conference, but I got Houston at number 5. Number 4, yeah. Number 4, you're going to be surprised. I have Kansas. Here's why I said Kansas at number 4. I think Kansas has the ability to stay in this top 4 rankings for the majority of the season. The reason why I say that is because their depth is really good. They have this guy named Mr. Coit. I don't know if you know this guy. He's 5'11". Very small. He made 94 threes last season. I don't care what team you play for, you make 94 threes at any D1 school, you're going to be on the court. I think Hunter Dickinson, if he figures out how to hedge on a screen defensively, he'll probably be in the game a lot longer. I think if AJ Storr is able to figure out how to get into Big 12 basketball mode, KU's going to be good. I think if Zeke Mayo does the job that he needs to do, it's going to be a good team. I need Dajuan Harris to not be an offensive threat. I need him to be a point guard. KU has the pieces, and if they put those pieces together, the puzzle is going to look very, very beautiful, right? But at the end of the day, there's a lot of issues that KU has, and I named them out right there. But what KU did do that they tried to do last season didn't work. KU last year tried to have one guy be their three-point shooter, and that was Nick Timberlake. What happened? He sucked. What did KU do this season? They went out and they got about 3 to 4 guys off of the bench that can go out and shoot 35 to 39%, right? If you have 2 of those guys who are on fire, put them in the game most of the time, have them shoot the 3. Rylan Griffin, he may be off one night, he may be on one other night. Zeke Mayo may be on one night, may be off another night. KU's depth is the best in basketball. That's why they're ranked number 1. I don't think they're going to be that fantastic coming out of the season. I would not be surprised if they lost to Duke in Las Vegas because of their struggles. for what they have right now. But I will
Seattle U?
absolutely. Huh?
Seattle University?
No. But I do think KU is going to be one of the top-ranked teams when it comes to the end of the season, when it comes to the playoffs. At number 3, I got Baylor. Number 3, Baylor. Their backcourt's just so good. It's so good. And if Scott Drew, unlike last season, if he figures out how to play defense like he knows how to play defense, it's going to be a really, really fun year for Baylor. That's all they need to do is figure out their defense, kind of be like that Houston team like they kind of were in the Big 12 before Houston showed up. It's going to be a really fun day for any Baylor game. Number 2, I have Alabama. Alabama, I know they got a ton of transfers. But like Duke, I think transfers can maybe hurt you if you're, and I know their coach is a good coach, but he's a young coach. It's tough to bring in a lot of kids like that and, just kind of get them acclimated, especially to SEC ball, where now they're calling a lot more fouls than they have been in the past. So I don't know if that's going to, make them have any troubles. Their team is kind of, they have a lot of guys there that they brought from the Final Four team, but I just don't know if it's going to be the same team. You know what I mean? Not the same core guys. So I know they got the kid from Rutgers who's a stud. But sometimes when you have too many stars on the team, it's hard to kind of, balance that out, especially in the SEC. We've seen it with Kentucky. It's hard to do that. You have to have role players. Number 1, and this is the reason I'm picking them at this team, is UConn. UConn is not a team who's going to have players go to the NBA and be studs. Hurley is a guy who wants to win every game and the last game. You have roles on the team. You have a job to do on the team. And every time they come out, we go, well, they may not be that good. They may only have... No, they're going to come out and they're going to destroy teams that they play. They're going to run the Big East. They're going to run Marquette. They're probably going to lose to Creighton once in a while, maybe St. John's. But UConn's going to be one of the best teams in this country. And we're going to go, why did we doubt Hurley? Why did we doubt him? We don't need to doubt Greg Hurley. He's a fantastic coach. That's my top 10.
All right, so real quick, we had another long spew. P4, do you got something for us or nah?
Yep.
Alrighty. Might as well go through yours and then we'll go back through 1 through 10, everybody, just for a recap. But I'm interested to see what you got.
Write this down because this is going to be the actual true top 10 ranking. And number 10, just get this out of the way. Having these young recruits does matter in NCAA basketball. Rutgers, number 10. Number 9, Baylor. Number 8, Gonzaga. Number 7, UConn. Number 6, Houston. Number 5, Arizona. 4, KU. 3, UNC. Number 2, Alabama. And number 1, the almighty Duke Blue Devils.
That's a crazy list.
Send me that list. I'll put it on the article. Nothing typed up. Just say, hey, just a baller list here. Write this down. This is the list. And then at the end of the year...
Is this like the end of season list?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what the whole point of a fucking preseason ranking is to guess the end of the season. What the fuck?
But, so, P4's went through his top 10. I'll go through mine again real quick. I have Bama at 1, KU at 2, Houston at 3, UConn at 4, Duke at 5, Baylor at 6, North Carolina 7, Iowa State 8, Gonzaga 9, Texas A&M 10, and K-State.
I got Arizona 10, Gonzaga 9, Iowa State 8, Carolina 7, Duke 6, Houston 5, Kansas 4, Baylor 3, Alabama 2, UConn 1.
Alrighty, so we got that written down. An article's coming out here later. Actually, the guy that is, got his feet in the sand somewhere, Mr. Howard, sir, has his rankings that are going to go on that article too. So we'll be able to look back at that at the very end of the college basketball season and realize how stupid we all are. But speaking of stupid, I think it's time for everybody's game show.
Oh wait, we're not going to just pass over UFC?
Oh, I guess we can do UFC. My bad. UFC, there wasn't anything really went on this week.
I also have something after UFC before Smart or Dumb.
Oh.
Surprise segment.
Oh.
Yeah, but we just can't go over UFC.
UFC Fight Night, Moreno versus Albazai. He got fucked up. Jamie Lynn Horth got a win over Ivan Petrovich. Still no word on fucking Derek Lewis. This
Not
is
one.
all I know. And Dana was at the fight, so was Hunter. And at the post-fight press conference, Dana didn't even do it. It was some other guy. I didn't even know who it was. So, this is what we know. Derek Lewis shows up to Edmonton. He's hanging out in Edmonton. No social media posts, no nothing. Goes, makes weight for real. Doesn't show up to the ceremonial weigh-in. Press release says, Derek Lewis, and let's see if we can find it. $20 ago. Derek Lewis, coach, medical issue. 8-0 prospect, Jazz, Dean T. Heavyweight clash, 266. Non-weight cut related. Updates have been scarce since then. Derek Lewis provides health update. Bob Perez, fan favorite, revealing, as you know, Derek was not medically cleared to fight tonight. It's a medical issue unrelated to the weight cut. He's doing fine. Thanks for reaching out to check on him. The man himself hasn't provided an update personally, although his health issues. UFC exec becomes coy. Executive Vice President Dave Shaw. That's who it was. Dave Shaw. No update along the official. This is what was weird because I listened to it. There was really no update beyond what the official release was, which was it was a non-fight related medical issue and not a weight cut related medical issue. Then he says it was all happening in real time, so we didn't have enough to get answers at the point of the ceremonial weigh-in yesterday. You know, he weighed in yesterday morning. He had to cut a bit, but that's not uncommon for him. Over the course of the afternoon, he started to get medical... Jesus fucking Christ, Kyle. Over the course of the afternoon, he started to get medical treatment, and we just didn't have any answers. So, they said he had to cut a bit, so they said it had nothing to do with the cut. Nothing to do. It's not cut related. But then they start talking about the cut. So why would you bring up the cut? Especially, it's like if someone fucking tears an Achilles in the NFL, and the NFL's already like goofy about fucking head injuries, right? Like they don't want to promote concussions. And Tua tears his Achilles, and then Mike McDaniel says some bullshit like, "Well, you know, Tua has hurt his head in the past, so it had nothing to do with that." But yeah, his head was. He did wear the Guardian cap or whatever. It's like, why are we talking about his head? It happened to his knee.
Yeah.
So if you're saying it wasn't weight cut, why are we bringing up the weight cut?
Right.
And then there's no update after that. So it's just kind of weird. And like usually, I mean, we get these pictures of these guys and they can find a fucking staph infection on Hazmat Chimaev and can tell he has 103-degree fever from a fucking still image. But there's nothing on Derek Lewis 3 weeks out before a fight on that Hamzat example. So that's really weird. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I would like answers on that. We haven't gotten any answers on that. I'm not sure who to go to for answers on that. I tried putting something on social media, on my Twitter. No answer to there. I mean, obviously, I don't think Dana is going to update us through my fucking tags, but fucking no one's asking. It's like, what the fuck? One article from fucking Bloody Elbow? Anyways. Heavyweight, we did have a matchup between two fat guys who I guess are ranked. Jack Shore, he lost. Performance of the night, got smoked. Charles Jourdain, he got a win. He's Canadian. Pedro Munoz lost. That's funny. Sean's wins look worse and worse. Every day. Mike Malott, Canadian, won. Marc-Andre Berlut, he lost to Dustin. The States win again. Performance of the night for him. De Silva, Jasmine Judigus, another Canadian chick, she won. Kyle Machado, he lost. Split decision light heavyweight. Do another
Doug
Brazilian.
Rose.
Aaron Blanchfield, she beat Rosno Menounos. Huh?
Beat Doug Rose.
Yep, beat Doug Rose. Blanchfield, that was a decent fight. I mean, a women's 5-round fight that goes the fucking distance. It's not even for a belt. It's like, Jesus, guys. Fuck, I can't watch all this. Brandon Moreno smoked Amir. Smoked him. Absolutely smoked him. And then Amir, he like started pointing at the cage with like 30 seconds left in the fight, which is a little early, especially for a guy pointing down at the cage who was getting whooped for 4 rounds and then another 4 minutes and 30 seconds on top of that. And then he starts swinging like crazy, and Moreno just puts his guard up, and then Amir goes like this. It's like, what, you just by putting at the ground, you just want me to give you 3 free shots? No, I'm still allowed to block. It's not like I'm gonna run away from you, but I'm still allowed to block myself. And then he got all mad, so then Moreno threw Rolling Thunder, which was funny as fuck. But Moreno, he had the cool custom shorts, and we were talking about Moreno. Moreno, back when he first joined the UFC, who, by the way, he just broke Demetrius Johnson's flyweight significant strike record. He has 1,100 and counting significant strikes in the flyweight division, which is the most all time. But Moreno, when he was 22, 23, he first joined the UFC, he was this little Mexican kid, and he go, hey, yes, senor, and fucking he was so excited to do everything, and he fucking did the Legos and all that. Now he's so chill, he wears a fucking 2-piece suit, no fucking shirt underneath, with a fucking little gold chain, comes in with his girl on his arm, fucking sunglasses in his little Scarface era. So it's cool to see the grow up of these guys and the money and the opportunities that they get, especially being Mexican-born, first Mexican-born champion in UFC history. So congrats to Brandon Moreno. Not sure if they're gonna give him another shot against Pantoja, but coming up we have that Chinese or Japanese or Korean, the Asian fighter who just came from Risen, and he's coming into a title fight against Pantoja. So if he wins that, maybe Moreno comes up and fights him, and we'll see. But good on Moreno. Coming up next, we have Neil Magny against Prates, who is one of the fighting nerds.
Cody Gambert being the co-main just
Also
speaks volumes of how crap this card is.
Well,
I mean, he is. I mean, the main event's really good. Like, Neil Magny's good, but like...
Yes, in UFC 300, he opened up the early prelims, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, yes, 100%. But, I mean, it's a fight night. It's at the Apex. It's not like they're doing this for the fans anyway. This is more just to, like, figure some shit out. Ricky Turquoise, I haven't heard of him, but he looks fucking funny.
Is that kid in the shadow? Is that the kid that he signed on the press conference? It may be. Where's he from?
Says he fought GM3 Performance.
He's fought before. He fought, but he wanted to get signed, and then showed up and asked a question, and told, "I want to fight. Dada, I want to fight. Dada, please, I want to fight."
No, this is a big guy.
No. That's a different.
I don't think it's him.
They gave him a shadow, bro. That's so lame.
Who
no respect.
Is,
oh, he's from the Netherlands. Rick.
Shout out, Rick.
Show up, Rick. Rick, if you're watching.
It's like 4 o'clock in the morning over there, I think. That's probably actually morning time over there.
This is the guy. He has a fucking
Dorobashak. Oh, he's from Tajikistan.
He's 25. He's 9-0. I don't even know where that is. He's kind of a Russian guy. But yeah, he's supposed to fight something else. Dana signed him, but he signed him to something weird. Press conference, who is he? Dana White, I'm undefeated, blah, blah, blah. But something happened where, like, Dana is signing him to, like, a minor league thing. Compete for UFC contract, but it wasn't that he was going to join a contender series. I should have done more research on this. I didn't think it was going to come up. No, which go? Oh, fuck. I'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out when it comes up.
Yeah, but they signed him to something else. Like he's gonna fight in not in a power slap. Oh, I'm actually flying to Korea for Dana White. Looking for a fight on YouTube. The Korean Zombie's putting on a show. He started his own promotion there on December 14th. Gonna have Korean Zombie put that kid on the card, and we're gonna find out if he wins. So the Korean Zombie's doing a fight card. He's promoting a fight card in Korea, and that's where he's gonna fight on. And it's gonna be Dana White 14th. On YouTube looking for a fight, where it's pretty much gonna be Dana White going to street beef competitions.
Yeah.
And say, you know what, motherfucker, you're in the UFC. So, like, here comes the boom. Yeah, this is my record. Not very good. I was not here for this game.
What are we doing?
Yeah, fucking rough, man. Most personal fouls. Let's talk about this real quick. So, after a referee throws a flag, what does he throw if he sees another penalty?
His hat.
His hat.
What does he throw if he sees another penalty? The blue bag that he uses for fumbles.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
I had to see that twice during the game. I never saw it once before this game.
What happens if you have to throw a fourth flag?
I have no idea.
Your
but
shoe.
the other thing is that other referees also threw flags. So I saw at least 4 yellow flags and 2 hats and 1 blue bag on the ground on one play.
Getting wild over there, Vashon.
It was ridiculous, yeah. Port Townsend and the East Jefferson Rivals. Interesting team. Hopefully they feel real good this next week. It got real chippy out there. Yeah, so that probably does it for UFC. Kyle, what do you got?
Well, we're a sports broadcast, but there is a big competition coming up, fellas. And I think it would only be an honor to do it properly, do it correctly. And I have rules for it. I have absolute rules for it. And the rules are, once I get it pulled up, may take a little bit. Is it sharing?
No, I don't see anything.
Here it comes.
Oh my
God,
God.
Kyle.
I don't want anything to do with this.
I have 3 rules.
No.
I have 3 rules.
Taylor
No
Mathis.
policies. No policies. We have to refer to Donald Trump as Donnie T. We have to refer to Kamala as Mamala. There's no. This is just purely a bet. Like, think if you're betting. If you're betting.
Sure.
PC,
Go
you're
ahead,
good at
Kyle.
betting.
Betting on
You
what?
lead here. You lead. What do we do?
So let's start.
We're picking which state is going to vote for who?
So let's start off with the. No. I'll start it off for you guys. I'll give you guys the easy ones.
What?
Here we go. Right here. Let's get the redneck version.
I'm turning on my road to glory.
Yeah, I'm about to, like...
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
never mind. We're not doing it. You guys are lame.
Yes! No
I thought it was gonna be
politics!
fun.
No
Kyle,
politics!
do it,
No,
Kyle. I want to see where this goes. Do it, please.
It
I
wasn't.
want to see where it goes.
No, it wasn't going to be politics. I said no policy. That was my rule. I said no policy. This was not politics. This was strictly who's going to win. Are we a sports podcast? When someone wins, that kind of adds up. But, you know, I tried to be festive. You didn't even know who I was going to pick. You might have thought I was going to pick someone you thought I was going to pick, but you were wrong. And now we have to do smart or dumb, and I have to beat you. So congratulations, PC.
I just didn't want to talk about.
Congratulations.
Who cares?
We weren't going to talk about politics. It wasn't even going to be one. No, I had a rule.
One way or the other.
I had a rule, no policy. You had to call Kamala Mamala and Donald Trump Donnie T. And you didn't. You don't want to do that, which makes sense. You want to lose faster. I get that.
You're right. You're right. It's almost 11 o'clock at night, and I gotta fucking work tomorrow. You're 100% right.
So do I. So do I.
Good for you. I don't have a cookie for you, but I give you one.
All right, P4. Give us it.
What do we want? 30 seconds for every question.
Yeah,
all right.
Sure, that works. Smart or dumb. If you don't know what smart or dumb is, P4 is gonna give us questions. We're going to answer them. Kyle's up 4-2 currently. We have this week and then the finale next week. So, I'm trying to get some points back.
This one, smart or dumb, I want this to continue, mostly because I like winning this. And I have absolutely no shot in losing it. So, it's just free money for me. But I like smart or dumb, so I want to continue it. So this week I decided to give PC a chance, and that was my theme when I was coming up with my questions. Was giving PC a chance.
Oh God, I can want to see what questions you're gonna give to give me
Question
a chance.
number
It would be
one.
a shame. It would be a shame if he loses.
What was the final score of the KU Washburn exhibition game?
A lot to a little.
Do we have to get it on the dot? How many points can we be off from each team?
Depending on what the answers are, it'll either be the who's closest or if no
Who's
one's
closest?
close.
Okay.
If no one's close and no one gets it. All right, PC.
I think I remember the score of this game, but I don't know. It's
Let's
close.
see it.
83-58. Read it.
81-54.
83-58.
It was
83-58 for me.
84 to 53. 84 to 53. You guys were both really close. So I'd either say you both get one or you both get none. I think you guys were equally off.
Give us one. Give us one.
Give us some points here. Give it to him.
I was closer on KU.
All right. Question number 2. Suns leader in minutes per game. Phoenix Suns leader in minutes per game. All right, we got
It's
an
not going
answer.
to be him, but
Yeah.
it's a position player that
Let's see it.
is tall. I have Kevin Durant.
Debug.
It is Kevin Durant.
No way.
I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. In the games he's played, I looked it up. He plays like 36 minutes a game or something. D-Book only plays
Yeah,
like
dude.
34 and a
Like
half.
I watched a couple of their games, dude. He plays a ton. He just plays so much.
He's gonna kill himself.
Hey,
Oh,
hey, we
shit.
do not promote that. Super chat.
No, we don't.
Donate.
But that's what happens. Okay. Suns assist leader per game. Leader and assist per game.
Probably wrong.
You got an answer to show us?
Yeah.
I do.
It's wrong though.
Go ahead.
I have Kevin Durant again.
It is Tyus Jones.
Yes!
Tyus Jones. 6.8 assists per game, leads the Suns.
He is the point guard. That's literally what they brought
That's a
him in
lot
to
of
do.
assist.
Well, that's
a
what they brought
lot
him
of
in to
assist.
Tyus Jones, dude.
Just
Guy balls. Let me double check that. I know it was Tyus
you're
Jones.
lucky that Chris Paul
6.8,
isn't
yeah.
playing for them. You're lucky Chris Paul's not playing for them.
All right. Question number 4, tied 2-2. PC has already doubled his points from the last 3 weeks or something. Who leads the NBA in three-pointers made per game? Who leads the
Per game?
NBA in three-pointers made per game?
Oh my gosh. Like this season, right? We're not doing no horse shit. We're not doing no horse shit last season or past 5. This
All right,
answer's
if you
so
got
bad.
an answer, go ahead and show us.
I got Buddy Hield, bro.
And
The answer is Ant.
yes!
Anthony Edwards.
All he does is
5.3
shoot
threes
threes
made
right
per
now.
game.
Like all he
He's a
literally
chucker.
everybody is like
He-
complaining
He
about
makes
that too.
he's making 5 threes a game. That's insane.
Oh, he's chucking up
like
about
now.
10 of them a game though.
What's his average? Like, I want to see that. Like
I don't know,
Maybe
but I
40
know
right now?
for a fact that
45.
he is doing well.
All right, final question. Question number 5. A chance for Kyle to tie it up. A chance for PC to tie up the whole series. Which Chiefs wide receiver has the most receiving yards
This season?
this season? Kyle, I don't. Chiefs wide receiver leading in receiving yards.
Wide receiver specifically?
That's what I said.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see it.
Rasheed Rice.
Xavier.
It is Rasheed Rice.
Dang it.
It's still Rasheed Rice. He only played in 4 games. Wow, PC.
Now,
Fuck, you
Caught
put up
up,
some
though.
points, but you didn't
He caught
get
up though.
anything.
He caught up though. He caught up though.
You
Kinda.
kept the
Down
same
3.
lead you had before.
He's down 3.
I'm not down 3. I'm down 1.
Wait. Oh no, you
I'm
got
down
3
2
questions
still.
right.
I'm still down 2.
Hey, for 15 questions, that's very doable.
5. Yep, so going into the final one where there's going to be 10 questions. I'm down 2 questions. We'll see if my losing streak continues. Probably, but you know what? That's why we play the game. So,
Hey, we gave PC a chance.
they gave a chance
That's the
today.
most. That's the most points I think you've ever gotten in a single Smart or Dumb round.
Probably, honestly.
Like even in a 10-question round.
All right. Well, let's go around the table here, couch. I don't know what we want to call this thing.
No, not the couch. Definitely not the couch.
K-Stel, what's your final words?
Go basketball. Go Chiefs. That's about it.
Before.
Donate via super chat. Subscribe, comment, like, ring the notification bells, smash everything. Scramble. My
Get
road to
outta
glory
here.
quarterback. Well, I had to turn it on after you started the bullshit.
It was gonna be fun. It was what. It was
Let's
gonna
go
be.
Jets. Juan Soto to the Mets. UFC, John Jones is in 2 weeks. We'll talk about that next week. That's going to be interesting. Madison Square Garden. And we'll have a new leader of the free world by next week. I know Kyle's going to send me a whole bunch of Truth Social
No,
stats.
no.
So, goodbye, folks.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's Dude in Sports podcast episode. I'm your host, PC. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Alrighty.
See ya.